judges are ready. The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready.
The fight starts now!
Let's go.
How do you like it? On the show.
So aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this. With a knockdown. Still the undisputed champion of the world. Media Workout, live on DAZN.
You and I saw him January 8th right here 6 months ago against David Nika. Now he faces Claudio Squeo, the Red Bull. Undefeated all the way from Italy, and this for the IBF and coveted Ring Magazine Cruiserweight titles. An underdog fighter in Squeo, but confidence aplenty.
You do mention the underdog, but in this kind of level, at this level, nothing's easy, you know. And even though we can look at Jai and say he's internationally recognized as the #1 cruiserweight, you've got to stay sharp and you've got to stay ready, because whilst you're crossing the bridge to paradise, you don't want that bridge to fall down or slip. So Jai is always well prepared. He's an old school guy. Reminds me a bit of Marvin Hagler, you know what I mean, the former champion, marvelous Marvin Hagler. And we like to see how Jai is so dedicated, so structured, so strict. And in fight week, if you say the wrong thing to Jai, you're going to get that major stare, man. So just say nice things to him.
He's absolutely all business, but that's what you expect from someone that's in pound-for-pound conversations. Even beyond this, you know, there's the Ramirez unification fight that people are talking about, and even beyond that, they're talking about him going into heavyweight, possibly fighting Usyk. So Jai is on everyone's lips at the moment. He's a force in Australian boxing, the absolute king, undefeated, and this weekend is all about him. But also supporting that is an amazing undercard. We have Connor Wallace, #2 with the IBF, Ted.
Yeah, Connor's great. I mean, look, he's got the green armor that makes massive noise. We spoke about it throughout the week, and it's brilliant now that fight week's here. And, you know, Connor's right on the verge. He's looking dead in the eye of all the world's top light heavyweights. And all he's got to do is just stay on target, stay on track. Don't get overawed, don't get too confident, just stay on track. And if he wins this fight, we're looking for bigger and better things towards the end of the year or towards early 2026.
And big names are in conversation with Connor Wallace, Monique. Beterbiev, Bivol, the light heavyweight division's very stacked. He's got his hands full. He has to show up on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. Like these divisions, cruiserweight, heavyweight, lightweight, the thing is, any punch can make a difference. It doesn't matter what they're coming, the underdog. One punch changes the whole fight, and it's a dangerous division, and it's quite exciting.
And the top two, the main event and the main undercard supporting co-main event, both southpaws. We're seeing a big range of southpaws at the moment, Ted.
Well, there was a point where, when we were younger, we'd say anybody that walks into the gym as a left-hander, they got to leave the gym immediately, right? No southpaws allowed. But now, with Marvin Hagler, with Jai Opetaia, with some of the big southpaws in the world, southpaws are welcome-ish. Anyway, in this event, on this big fight week, southpaws are definitely welcome. We're going to get it done right.
Obviously, big names on there. Also, Ben Marnie. He's got the IBF Intercontinental title. He is one belt away from getting himself into super welterweight world title conversations. This, again, another very interesting fight. His opponent, all business, Ted.
Yeah, I mean, when you saw them yesterday at the face-to-face, he looked serious. You know, Carmeneres looked really serious. He's a tall guy. He looked in good shape. And Ben Marnie, you know, he's a great boxer. Got great ring generalships, moves around the ring well. From a boxing purist perspective, he's a great guy to watch. But like Ben said yesterday, everybody can punch hard when you're above, well, I won't say above welterweight. All weights can punch hard if you catch them right. So I'm really looking forward to Ben Marnie's fight in particular. That one potentially could steal the fight of the night.
He's called the Golden Boy here on the Gold Coast, Mon. It's got a heavy moniker to it. We're expecting the Marnie Army. How important is it to make sure that you've got your support coming and they're going to be there at the Gold Coast Convention Centre and watching live on DAZN? Yeah,
definitely. Like, this card is stacked with the Gold Coast, Brisbane boys. This is really exciting for the general public. They need to get behind it, because if we don't build up our own Australian boxers, we're not going anywhere. And it's so important. And we've got great talent. We've got Tyler Blizzard, the Wizard. He's on the card as well. And Blake Minto, Danny Keating. That's an awesome welterweight fight. Now, that's an exciting division as well.
Absolutely. The stars are out here for this fight week. There's going to be so many names, and let's keep going through them. Money Max McIntyre. How many times have we seen him now, Ted? He's exploded on the scene, and now with the IBF World Youth title, there's a target on his back.
Exactly. Expectations are very high for Max McIntyre. He performs really, really well. He's got the highlight reel. He calls himself Money, and we know who Money is referred to from the Pretty Boy, so he's right at the top of the tree now. And, you know, every time he comes on, we're just expecting and anticipating something really, really special. So looking forward to seeing Max McIntyre on the night. Tune in. There's still tickets available at Ticketek, DAZN pay-per-view. Whatever way you need to see Max McIntyre, get some information and go and see him.
He's got a tough opponent in Rakaya Warren, all the way from New Zealand. We know that there's a bit of trans-Tasman rivalry between Australia and New Zealand. New Zealand boys always come to fight.
Definitely, but Max, you know, he's undefeated, 7 wins. It's an exciting fight. It's something that the Gold Coast hasn't seen for a while. We've got a stacked undercard, lots of talent. I can't wait for Max to be in the ring.
Austin Akuzo versus Ike Pluto. Another fight that you absolutely have to circle. Very interesting, Ted.
Absolutely. Do not sleep on Austin Akuzo. He's a good fighter. Again, great ring generalship from the good old school style of boxing. He knows how to fight, knows his way around the ring, knows how to defend, knows how to attack. So I'm looking forward to seeing Austin. He doesn't have many rounds to get it done this time. I think he's fighting a 6-rounder, but it's enough for him to display his majestic pugilistic talent and get the best out of this event.
And moving right from there, we go to Xavier Fletcher. He's another star on the rise. He was doing big stuff in Melbourne. He's been doing on all the big cards around the country, making sure that he stays active in the middleweight division. He's very flashy, Ted.
Yeah, the key is that these types of shows are the window to the world. So when you get the opportunity to fight here, you've got to take that opportunity and just shine any way you can. You know, if you've got, get your best shorts out, you know, get your best items, use the best punch combinations, do whatever it takes, but just be ready on the night because the eyes of the world are watching.
Mon, what do you expect from Jai Opetaia on Sunday night?
Oh, look, I'm looking. I know that his opponent is coming with. He's a swinger. He's a swinger. You know, he comes in, he'll throw whatever. But I think Jai's going to get a stoppage at early rounds. I'm looking at, they've got Teremoana, who's also on the card. He was on the Cambosis undercard, which he's unstoppable at this point. Exciting fighter. It could go any way. These divisions, they are scary. One punch changes the whole fight, and it changes the whole result as well.
Ted, Jai's in devastating form.
He is indeed. I was at the gym today. I got roped into a gym session. I got roped into punching, hitting the pads and doing a session down there, a circuit class. So if I'm looking tired, guys, excuse me, but it was well worth it training with the best guy in the world. Look, Jai is in great form. Like I say, at this point, he's kind of stoic. He's at the point now where don't say the wrong thing to me. Don't have any silly conversations. You can see he's really, really dialed in, and he needs to be because Squeo, this is his lottery ticket. It's one chance wonder. And if in any way, shape or form, people at this level see some kind of deficit, they'll take advantage. But when it comes to Jai Opetaia, all things being equal, like Monique said, it should be a very devastating, somewhat early before 6-round stoppage. That's what I would like to see from the world's best.
His trainer and father, Tapu Opetaia from Opetaia Boxing, has said that they've ticked all the boxes. Jai has had a very strong camp. Mark Matthews said that he's the fittest he's ever been and that they're hitting new levels. So Jai is absolutely one to watch. Like we said, he's the face of Australian boxing at the moment, undefeated, the world champion. All the eyes on the world are watching. Everyone should be there at Gold Coast Convention Centre on Sunday, June 8, or watching live on DAZN. We're going to be there. We're drinking O'Shea water to stay hydrated. We're about to get kicked off with the open workout. And guys, it's going to be an absolute display of boxing here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very warm welcome to everybody here. For the first time in Fight Week, we are ringside ahead of the massive world title fight, which is coming up live on DAZN around the world. It is this coming Sunday. Jai Opetaia defending against Claudio Squeo, the IBF and Ring Magazine Cruiserweight Championships of the world. Thanks very much, Rob, Ted and Monique. Steve Payos down here ringside, ready to kick off the action here on DAZN for the week as we bring you all of the festivities ahead of our big fight on Sunday night. We are all brought to you, thanks very much to Experience Gold Coast, our proud principal partners who are bringing you this event for everybody that has joined us here at the Pacific Fair Shopping Centre, one of the biggest malls in the Southern Hemisphere, and ready for the big night coming up on Sunday. It is at the Gold Coast Convention Centre. Limited tickets still remaining. Please jump online right now, tickettech.com.au, and grab your tickets for this big night of action. We are, of course, here ringside. It is our open workouts for the night here. It is a beautiful, balmy Thursday night here in the Gold Coast. Cool for some, they say, for the locals, but for the rest of us, what a beautiful time of year to be up here in the Las Vegas of Australia. This is the Gold Coast. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can't wait to bring it to you. It's all brought to you by Mick Francis of Tasman Fighters, Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing, as well as Spencer Brown of Gold Star Promotion. Have a plethora of our fighters ready to make their way here centre ring, and then it all culminates with Jai Opetaia and Claudio Squeo. They'll be here centering in around about an hour and 15 minutes time, ready to show you all what they've got before we move into the rest of the action for the week. That is, of course, our press conference tomorrow, weigh in on Saturday, which are both here for the benefit of everybody if you'd like to make your way down. And then, as I mentioned, if you haven't already, buy your tickets and make your way to the venue on Sunday. How are we going, Gold Coast? We're all ready to see our open workouts and get them underway. Fantastic, great noise here, and we're ready to get it underway. So we'll start with the first of our undercard fighters, 4 3-minute rounds for this prospect. A very promising young man. He's fighting in 4 3-minute rounds. Let's welcome him to the ring here for his open workout. Everybody, round of applause, please. This is Jack Gregory.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no smut on my rap. Last time that I checked, I was selling in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked, I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked, first you get the money, then respect, then the power and the come next. Last time that I checked, I've been self-made from the dribble. I was been saying I'm a killer. Playing no games with you. Pop cut, switch lanes on you. I laid down the game for you.
Let's hear it, everybody, one more time. Here he is, Jack Gregory, with his dad, the very famous Phil Swifty Gregory. Take it away, gents.
So there we have it, our first fight for the night now. First athlete now here for the open workout. And look at those nerves. Jack Gregory with his father, Swifty Gregory, who's got a lot of experience also as a fighter and trainer, but also as a referee and judge. So he's in very, very capable hands there. Young Jack Gregory, record of 5 wins, 1 loss, 2 KOs, but he's looking to make every opportunity count here live on DAZN.
What a combo that is as a trainer. You've got an official, judge, ref, coach,
He's got it all in his performance.
Perfect, isn't it?
He does, and a massive shout out to our sponsors that have made this all possible. Riyadh Season, Leone Boxy, Bad Apples, Drink O'Shea, obviously live on DAZN, brought to you by Tasman Fighters, Mick and Fran, Matchroom Boxing, Mr. Eddie Hearn, Spencer Brown from Gold Star. This is an all-star event when it comes to sponsors and support to bring all the big fights down here in Australia. Jack Gregory just moving around now. You see the nerves still just there a little bit, being the first one for the open workout, and also just wanting to make sure that everyone's watching him and he can impress everyone, including Dad when he's in there, Ted.
Absolutely. Look, it's a massive stage, you know, and even though we've got a few hundred people looking on live, there's potentially thousands and thousands on television watching, and you know it can be daunting, especially when you're a young fighter just coming up. But all he's got to do here is just touch the pads, wait till he weighs in a couple of days, and then eat the meal of his life before he fights.
And look, what a cracking opening fight. He faces Matt the Jedi Floyd, who's been making a lot of noise over in England. He's been trying to call out, all Tommy Fury again, and Jake Paul, and just about everybody else that's included in that kind of YouTube field when it comes to boxing. And Matt the Jedi Floyd, an Australasian light heavyweight champion with 15 fights, so a bit of experience in difference there. But Jack Gregory looks like he's up to task, Ted.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, these opportunities may only come around once in a lifetime, you know, and even if the opportunity is sitting at your feet, you've got to bend over and pick it up. And I think this is what Jack Floyd is doing. He's taking the chance to say, look, you know, Jack Gregory, he's taking the chance to say, hey, I'm going to fight. I'm going to take the fight and just do the best that I can do. But, you know, he's up against a very, very tough task. But, hey, he's here, right? The eyes of the world are on him.
You know what? There's one thing I'd say that I love guys that do this. They take a hard fight. Matt Floyd, not an easy opponent. He's taken it and he's stepped up. That's impressive for me.
Yeah, he's definitely got his hands full. It's an awkward fight in Matt the Jedi Floyd, but Phil Swifty Gregory has made sure that Jack is 100% ready for June 8, and absolutely everybody should be grabbing tickets or watching it live on DAZN anywhere around the world, because this is a stacked card, and obviously culminating in our main event, Jai Opetaia versus Claudio Squeo for the IBF and Ring Cruiserweight World titles.
Yeah, these guys are just finishing up now. We're going to hand over to Stephen Pales.
Thank you very much for that, Ted. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause. That was excellent work there. Here he is, Mr. Gregory. Jump in, mate. Quick chat, please. Very well done. How did you like that? There's a lot of people that have joined us here, mate, under the bright lights and a bit of sweat, mate. It's a great moment for you on the weekend.
Yeah, big opportunity. I'm very blessed. Thank you to Tasman. Thank you to DAZN. Just keen to show my skills on the night.
Fantastic, mate. We'll ask you some in-depth questions tomorrow at the presser, but interesting opponent you've got lined up, Matt Floyd. What are you expecting out of him?
Oh, yeah, he's very awkward. I've stepped up 3 weight divisions to fight this guy. I'm usually fighting at middleweight, so we came in as the underdog, but we'll see on the night.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a very big round of applause, if we can, for 3-minute rounds on Sunday. That is Jack Gregory.
So there we have it. Jack Gregory is just finished. He was the first one for the open workout. A few nerves there, Ted. He's a little bit short of breath there with Dad after Dad put him through his paces when he was talking to our MC, Stephen Payos.
Yeah, exactly. Be careful what you wish for, because when you get there, it can be daunting and it can just take your breath away. And it looks like that's what it may have done. But on fight night, hopefully he'll be ready to put on a good show.
Well, he is the opening event, but let's move down to Stephen Payos for our next fighter.
Thank you very much, Rob. Back here live ringside at our open workouts. Time to welcome out our next boxer here inside our squared circle. This man, a proud representative from Fiji, but he's now out of Western Sydney at Southern Cross Boxing. 6 3-minute rounds coming up against Xavier Fletcher. 11 fights for 4 wins. This man known as the Black Pearl. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for Freddie Dodamo.
Set. AJ Tracy live and direct. DJ mash up the deck. The microphone champ is live and direct.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, one more time. Let's have a round of applause with his trainer here, Terry Devlin. Round of applause, Freddie Dodamo. Back to you guys upstairs.
Here we have it. Big fight here for Freddie Dodamo. Got Terry Devlin in his corner there. He's just shadow boxing before he hits the pads. But he's up against a very flashy middleweight in Xavier Fletcher. Ted,
big ask, but up to task.
Definitely up to task. And I was speaking to his trainer who said he's fought so many undefeated fights. I was just trying to check out the record, you know, and he's ready. He's happy to take fights on late notice and perform to the best of his ability, you know, and he looks quite comfortable in the middle of the ring, comfortable on his feet, just going through the paces, but he's up against a very, very tough task, Rob, as you say.
Nick, he does look really comfortable in there. Like, he fought Nagasona from Sydney not too long ago, and, you know, he's taking hard fights because that's a hard fight for him.
Absolutely. The early rounds are going to be pinnacle in this one. He's going to have to establish himself, Ted, because Xavier Fletcher takes no hostages.
Yeah, absolutely. 5-0 for a reason. Great skill, a great prospect. And, you know, but when you got this opportunity, and you may hear this throughout fight week, and especially tonight, when you get these opportunities, you just got to take them. But Xavier Fletcher is special, undefeated. He's got all the skills, and the viewers that know him or want to get to know him is making them excited with what he can potentially do. But his opponent here, looking pretty good on the pads, knows how to throw a punch, quite comfortable with what he's doing. He's not out of breath like the first combatant, so maybe there's no nerves, but it's all good.
Middleweight division, very busy, Rob.
Yeah, it is pumping at the moment, middleweight division, and none more flashier at the moment than Xavier Fletcher. This one at super middleweight, but it looks like I think Freddie Dododo is just about to finish it up, and we'll begin throwing back down to our MC, Stephen Pales. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a round of applause. Freddie Dodomo here, centre ring. Freddie, well done. Freddie looking nice and sharp here, and as your coach, the great man Terry Devlin, said before, you have quite the penchant for taking on boxers with unbeaten records. Is that something you like doing, mate? Because you put yourself in the toughest fights and you regularly perform really well. So what are you expecting?
Oh, as you can see, my record is not good. Well, I love fighting undefeated fighters. I love putting ones on zeros. I love making a statement too.
Fantastic, mate. Well, we wish you all the very best. I wouldn't say you got a bad record at all, mate. 4 great wins in your career. You've had a lot of fights. We wish you all the very best, and we'll see you tomorrow at the presser.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, a big vinaka for the great man. That is Freddie Dodomo. Now let's welcome out his opponent, the man that he'll be fighting in those 6 3-minute rounds. This man undefeated, 5 fights for 5 wins from Brisbane. Let's have a big round of applause. The all-terrain fighter, Xavier Fletcher.
If you ain't coming for no chili, what you come for?
Yeah. Okay. Lil CC on the beat. Yeah.
Here is everybody.
I mean,
one more round of applause. ATF, Xavier Fletcher.
I got hoes that I'm keeping in the dark. I got my niggas across the street living large. Thinking back to the fact that they dead on my raps.
Absolute display here on the paddles. Jeff from Shape Up Boxing with one of his boards in, the all-terrain fighter, Xavier Fletcher. This guy is confidence personified, and he can back it up with the talk and all the walk in the ring. Ted, we love watching Xavier fight.
Absolutely, 5-0, 4 KO, and well-deserved, clean as a whistle, quite smooth, just not giving anything away really, just touching and just going through the motions, which is nice to see.
Confidence in a big play here, Monique.
Yeah, definitely. Well, number 8 in Australia, and he's an exciting division. He looks really comfortable out there. He looks like he's used to this, hey?
You absolutely won't be seeing him blow out too hard in the open workout. It's going to be all about style and finesse as he moves around with his trainer, Jeff Frazier. And you can just see that they've got a bond that they've been working on for a long time together. It's a close-knit team, and Shape Up love to show out.
You know what isn't close-knit? He loves his distance. You can see he loves working that distance and really working his straight, making sure it lands the correct way. That's an exciting fighter.
Well, he's got nice long limbs, right? It could be the fact he wants to keep his trainer away from his hair, I don't know. But either way, he's looking really, really good. Combinations are clean, light, smooth, you know, not too much power. And I think when he comes for his little after training interview, there's not going to be too much huff and puff from him, so it's all good.
As impressive as the hair is, the highlight reel is even more impressive. And he's been racking them all up live on DAZN. Xavier Fletcher is absolutely someone you should be watching. And we're about to hear from him as we throw back down to Stephen Pales. All right, we're just winding these guys up down here. Let's have a round of applause if we can, everybody. Jeff Fraser and Xavier Fletcher. Xavier, fantastic. Great to see you, mate. Not giving away too much there, but looking very sharp. You are, of course, our Australian champion. How are you feeling ahead of the big night? And what a great crowd to showcase some of your skills in front of.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. I feel great, to be honest. Had a good camp and nothing too specific for this fight. Just keep improving as a fighter and showing all the skills that I pick up in camp, and you'll see them on display.
Fantastic, mate. A lot of people have come out here, home away from home, for a lot of the fighters that have come down from Brisbane, but it's a beautiful time of year here in the Gold Coast, and you'll be very, very pleased to hear that we're almost close to selling out, and there'll be a big fan base there ready to support you on Sunday.
Yeah, 100%. I'm excited to fight in front of a big crowd and hopefully steal the show, get some more fans, get some more opportunities down the track and some bigger fights, you know. I want to see myself on the big stage in a year's time or something like that, you know what I mean?
Well, this is the place, mate. This is the gateway. We wish you all the very best. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause. ATF, Xavier Fletcher. Well done there, Xavier Fletcher. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, of course, Pacific Fair, live on DAZN around the world. Our open workouts ahead of the big fight on Sunday night, Opetaia and Squeo. Now it's time to welcome out one of our ladies here centering for her open workout. We have 8 2-minute rounds for the AMBF Australian Featherweight Championship. This lady has a magnificent record, 10 fights for 9 wins. Let's have a big welcome, everybody, for Mariah Turner.
Man, y'all don't get it, do you? Type of money, everybody acting like they knew you. Go uptown, New York City. Some Spanish girls love me like I'm out with Duda. Tell Uncle Luke I'm out in Miami too. Clubbing hard, picking women, they ain't much to do. Wrist playing, got a condo up on Biscayne. Still getting brain from a thing, ain't changed. How you feel, how you feel, how you feel? 25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the pay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good.
Here she is, everybody, with her trainer coming up as well, Greg Eady. Let's hear it one more time. The Golden Girl, Mariah Turner.
There she is, the Golden Girl, Mariah Turner, kickboxing crossover, now honing her art out of Fortitude Boxing under the guidance of Luke Melvin, Steve Della and Greg Eady. Greg Eady is the head trainer of Connor Wallace, our co-main event on Sunday night. And the Golden Girl, a tough fight against Yala Tamak. She's aware that it could get ugly and that she has to go into deep waters over these 8 2-minute rounds, but this one for an Australian title, Mike.
Yeah, I spoke to her earlier and she said this is my biggest challenge to date. Like, all of her fights come by unanimous decision, stoppage. That's impressive. #2 in Australia. She's the girl to watch.
Ted, very important for a crossover to make sure that they get the footwork right when it comes to boxing and really start to dedicate to that art, because with the women's division, very quickly you could be very high up in the order and be presented with not only just an Australian title, but even regional titles after that.
Exactly, that's a very, very good point, Rob. Look, she's in good hands, that's the main thing. You know, she's with people that know and understand boxing, and there's the whole boxing fraternity in that gym. But you're correct, I mean, a couple of good wins can get you right on the world level in boxing, so there's no time to really, there's not real room for error, if you like. Some of the girls are fighting world titles after 10 rounds, but I think we're passing back to Stephen Payoff to hear a word.
Thank you very much, Ted. Round of applause, everybody, one more time. Mariah Turner, looking fantastic. Mariah, great supporters here out to support you. You are the Golden Girl here on the Gold Coast. Must be a real thrill for you in front of all these fans and ready to put on a show and take your opportunity on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm just really grateful to be here to fight on such a massive event. Thank you so much to Mick and Francis at Tasman Fighters for giving me this opportunity. It's an honour to fight on the undercard of Jai Opetaia. You know, he's a massive role model for all boxers, but in particular our Polynesian community. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge, and yeah, I'm ready to go.
You look ready to go here, not giving away too much there with Greg either, but this is a big opportunity for you, Australian title, looking to build on the Australasian now and climb the mountain here domestically. Does that add any pressure for you heading into this fight?
No, I take every fight as serious as any other fight, so I know that, you know, there's a job to be done, and I'll just approach it as I do any other fight. So.
Fantastic. We wish you all the very best, ladies and gentlemen. That is your Gold Coast Golden Girl. She is Mariah Turner, everybody. Let's move on now, everybody, here at our open workouts. Time for the first fighter of the next bout. This one here, 6 3-minute rounds, light heavyweight. This promises to be an absolute cracker. This man also comes with a fantastic nickname, so we'll talk to him about that afterwards. But let's have a big round of applause, everybody. Here is Ikena Enye.
Keep a horn on me, that could my seat. IP, ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet. Couldn't try me in a tri-state. Buddy pass, bet I get him splashed till he hydrated. Bounce out, know he spook town, eyes dilated. I got the money and the power, both gyrating. I feel good, get the out my thighs. Look good, but she don't got no ties. I walked in, walked out with the size. Man, don't let me know what the prize.
Let's hear it, everybody. Round of applause, Ikena Enye, but he's also known as Ike from Pluto. Everybody, welcome.
There he is, Ike from Pluto. He is ready to put on a show against Austin Akuzo in the light heavyweight division. Now, there's been plenty of back and forth over social media, and Ike, a massive fan of Wu-Tang and Method Man, said that he is ready to bring the pain against Austin Akuzo on June the 8th. Look at him, he loves to put on a show, Ted.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, somebody's O has to go. 2 undefeated fighters, you know, but he's up against a wrecking ball with Austin Akuzo. But hey, he's not even going to train. Look at this, just showing off his do-rag and some muscles. And hey, what can you say?
I love it. I'm sorry. I'm here for this. He's really entertaining the audience. So you want to come down for some entertainment. He looks like he's going to put on a show.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I'd be getting to Gold Coast Convention Centre and making sure that I can get a ticket. Ticket's still available. Thank you to Tasman Fighters, and obviously live on DAZN, part of Riyadh season. But this is a fight you absolutely have to circle. And Stephen Powers is about to have a word now with Ike from Pluto.
Thank you very much, Rob. Well, I've got a lot of questions for you now, Ike. You've come down now, you've thrown a 1-2, and then you've ended it right there. Not giving away too much, or what's the plan behind that, mate?
Look, I didn't just throw the 1-2. For anyone that was paying attention, I actually raised my power level up over 9,000 as well. That's something really difficult to do, but I can do it, and I can do a lot more than that too, but they'll have to wait till Sunday night to see that.
Is that some Dragon Ball Z stuff there, mate? A bit of Super Saiyan Ike from Pluto? Is that what we're looking at, brother?
1,000%. You're looking at Super Saiyan 4 Ike from Pluto right now, so anybody that knows, knows.
Come and see Ike, everybody, afterwards. He's got a massive pink puffer jacket that goes with the pink outfit as well. Ike, tell us about that nickname quickly if you can. We'll peruse more about that as the week goes on, as we get everybody to get accustomed with you. But hey, great nickname, great record so far. 2 fights, 2 wins. Tell us all about where it comes from.
Look, I mean, I'm Ike from Pluto because I'm out of this world, man. You know, people call me Poems from Pluto as well because I'm poetry in motion. But yeah, I mean, you'll get to see it when you see on Sunday. Everything I do, you're just like, how does he do it? It's because it's not from this planet, man. It's different. And, you know, you want to talk about the record. To be honest, I don't care about records. I don't get 2-0, 3-0. It doesn't matter to me. I just like to fight. And that's what I'm here to do. So it doesn't matter win or loss. I mean, I always come to win, but at the end of the day, I just want to get in there and punch people. So
I hope you're ready to talk like this at the press conference tomorrow, mate, because I'm going to utilise your wordsmith skills and we're going to go at it, eh?
Oh, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause, please. This is Ike from Pluto, Ikena Enye. Back up to you guys upstairs.
So there we have it, Ike from Pluto. Lacking a bit of confidence, Mon.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he's taking on a talented southpaw. He looks like he's come to entertain the people.
He absolutely has. Now, for the people that don't know, back in January 8, when Jai fought David Nika, Ike actually came up, Ted, and did some rounds with Jai, obviously emulating the David Nika style, very tall and long as well. So he has been in there getting some work with one of the best.
Absolutely. I mean, look, he's very confident, not at a loss for words, so he's obviously got a little bit of experience and that confidence from somewhere. It doesn't matter if we're lost for words because he's got all the words in the world. It's like, I'm glad that you bring some bravado to this fight week and gives us something a little bit different.
He's got his hands full, but Austin Sugar-Free Akuzo. We've seen Austin plenty of times, and at light heavyweight, he's looking to make a name for himself.
Yeah, he is, I'm sure. I mean, Austin's no joke, you know, he's in with a very, very good fighter, but if you're going to be that confident, you better be quite good and confident in your own ability, which means if he's willing to speak with confidence, and he's going to fight a guy that's so good. It should make out to be a very, very good fight.
In 2025, Mon, you have to raise your profile as much as you can as a boxer. You and I have spoken about this many times. He's got the look, he's got the talk, now he has to walk the walk.
Well, let's hope he can. The thing about these boxers, everyone has said they're excited to be on such an amazing platform. I love that. And I love that these guys get to showcase everything they have coming Sunday.
It's going to be huge. Grab your tickets. Watch it live on DAZN with the pay-per-view. This is a card, it's stacked. It's probably one of the biggest cards that Australia's seen for this second half of the year now, Ted.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it's got some great fighters on there. It's going to be action-packed from start to finish. 11 fights that's all going to be entertaining with some big, big names. And I think we're going to hand it back to Stephen Payos now to get the next fighters into the ring.
Ted, Rob and Monique, we're back down here at ringside. Now, we just saw Ike from Pluto, Ikena Enyi here at ringside. It's now time to welcome his opponent. This man doesn't lack any confidence either. He has a nickname, Sugar Free, 8 fights, 8 wins, up now in the light heavyweight division. Let's have a round of applause as we welcome Austin Okuso.
Hey. Whoa. Hey. Hey. Yeah. I'm making a change today. The liquor been taking the pain away. I heard you was giving your chain away. That's kind of like giving your fame away. What's wrong with you? I sit in a box where the owners do. A boss is a role that I've grown into. I love you to death, but I told you the truth. I can't just be with you and only you. Yeah, I got one Virgil, got one, and that there's the only two.
Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, ready to do some pads with Jeff Fraser. Once again, round of applause, Austin Okuso.
Okay, funny how life goes. He thought he was sick, now we wiping his nose. Okay, soon as you give him your soul, you blow up and they say you're selling your soul. Okay, they want my life exposed. They want to know about the highs and lows. Well, summer all I did was rest, okay? And New Year's all I did was stretch, okay? And Valentine's Day I had sex, okay?
Here he is, Austin Sugar Free Okuso. He faces Ike from Pluto, the previous boxer that was out here on our open workout. And again, another one from Shape Up Boxing. And these guys are very flashy, but they put the work in, Ted.
Absolutely. Look, this is how you create conveyor belts in boxing. You put the work in, keep getting the good fighters in, and the people that aren't that great learn from the great. So you start to deliver more and more good fighters. But look at this, Austin Okuso in the ring, just easy, smooth as a whistle, looking very good and comfortable.
He definitely looks comfortable in there. He's giving a lot more than his opponent did down there. He's a southpaw, tricky southpaws. Hey, Ted?
Come on, southpaws. They're allowed in the gym now, but, you know, with what's happening in southpaw world, it's really nice to see.
It is, and Austin Okuso had a big apprenticeship coming up, not just as an amateur who was decorated and fought just as Huni, and not just as a pro, but also at home. His brother, Paulo Okuso. So these boys have been fighting each other since they came out and started fighting over the dinner plate. And Austin, right now, he always loves to remind me that I know how good he is.
26 years old. He's an exciting age, got a big future ahead of him since his debut in 2021. It's exciting. Let's throw down to Stephen.
Thanks very much for that, Mon. Got the look from Jeff Fraser, which says I don't want to give away too much of my man, Austin Okuso. So let's have a round of applause, please, everybody. Sugar Free, Austin Okuso. Austin, great to see you once again, my friend. Fantastic debut in December, up at light heavyweight. Great performance against Lucas Miller. Ready to go once again. You've had some back and forth with Mr. Ike from the universe Pluto. What do you have to say now ahead of this great crowd and a great workout?
I'm just ready to put on a show come Sunday. And, you know, I love the hype. I love the hype. I love the energy. So bring that same energy come Sunday. We'll see. We'll find out what happens.
I can't wait, mate. Does that mean I can really poke the bear tomorrow in the press conference? We can get some nice quips from both of you and really stoke it, because we want everybody here that hasn't bought a ticket to come out and get those remaining tickets for the night. Let's do it tomorrow, in the presser. We'll start it off nice and fiery.
Yeah, tomorrow, you know, come to the press conference. I'm keen to talk some smack. But, you know, it's all comes down to the hands. We'll let the hands talk.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause. Oh, one more word, yep.
Hey, but I'm keen to talk some shit tomorrow as well. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, bring that same energy.
All right, well, hopefully he's listening over there. He's doing some interviews. You'll be going over there right now too, mate. So we'll see if we can get something started. Let's have a round of applause, everybody. Austin Okuso. Back down here, ringside. A special note from our promoter as well. Everybody, please go and see our Drink O'Shea tent and grab yourself some tickets to the promoter's exclusive cocktail party that's coming up on Saturday night ahead of the big fight on Sunday. There are some limited tickets remaining, so please go and see those guys. That would be absolutely fantastic. Let's move on now. The next of our boxers ready to make their way out. This is a fantastic bout in the making. 10 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division. This will be our swing bout, ladies and gentlemen, so this could be at any point throughout the night, but it promises to be a fantastic fight. This man, 24 fights and 16 wins from Toronto in New South Wales. He's known as the Machine. Let's have a very big round of applause for Blake Minto!
Yeah. Hey, hit records on my demo. Did y'all boys not get the memo? I do not stay at the Intercontinental. And anything I got is not a rental. I own them all. Figure it out, it's simple.
Round of applause, everybody. Here he is, the Machine, Blake Minto!
Blake Minto, the Machine, has been in some big fights with some of Australia's best at super lightweight, but now he's at welterweight and he faces Danny Boy Keating. He's got his hands full. He's going to be a long, tall opponent in Danny Boy Keating, but Blake Minto loves to get on the inside and mix it up, Mon.
Gosh, I love the welterweight division. So many exciting prospects, and he's taking on an exciting fight. Now, I know he's not showing much now, but he comes to fight. He's an orthodox fighter, which, you know, he's got it all down packed since 2014, 32 years old, he's got it there.
He's actually trying to deceive everyone a little bit as he shadow spars in southpaw position there, not in orthodox. But now he's going to grab a rope now, Ted, and start to get a bit of a sweat on there with some skipping and some rope tricks.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, you got to keep everybody guessing. You know, he's an experienced guy. He's far more experienced than Danny Keating. So he's going to have to use that experience. But here, rather than go through crazy pad work, he's going to show the guys, hey, I'm light on my feet. I can just do the beautiful skipping, and here we go.
Pretty smart. I think the welterweight division has a lot of eyes on it. Yeah. So him doing this is taking away from anything that he's got exciting coming tomorrow night or Sunday night.
Usually fights at super lightweight. This one at welterweight, so he shouldn't have to cut too much, but range will be an issue. Danny Boy Keating's very long, Ted.
Yeah, long and a good fighter, a good boxer. You know, he's showed good improvements over the last few fights. We've been watching him and commentating on him, Rob. And Danny Boy Keating is becoming a force to be reckoned with. But look, you know, we're on a I think that when you fight on this kind of stage, it raises your competitive energy. So we'll see what happens on Sunday night.
I think we might just pass it back to Steve so he can talk to the Machine, Blake Minto.
Thank you very much for that, Rob. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause. The Machine, Blake Minto! Blake, thank you very much for that, mate. Very impressed with the double unders, mate. I know they're as hard as they come when it comes to skipping, mate.
Steve, mate, I appreciate it.
No worries, mate. Look, tell us, no pad work tonight, mate. You're looking to just sort of keep a little bit up the sleeve there ahead of the fight tomorrow, or?
Yeah, just cruising. I had a big fight camp in Thailand. I was chasing tigers up the mountains and catching elephants to train. Big camp, big camp.
Mate, ready to go then, in other words. You've had a great career, mate. You fought in some really big fights, regional fights. You've had some great experience. What are you expecting out of Danny Boy Keating come Sunday night?
I expect a good technical, hard fight. You know, he's a tall dude and he's rangy, so I'm just going to have to, you know, chop that tree down. So, you know, that's what it is. And it's going to be a good contest and hard work. I got to work for it.
Fantastic, mate. And what about this crowd here? They've all built up here on a Thursday night, open workouts, which is brilliant. Promises to be a great night on Sunday, and the bright lights, which of course you are not a stranger to.
No, I love the lights. Yeah, a great card to fight on, Jai Opetaia. It's funny how the world works, you know. I think I sparred Jai about 13 or 14 years ago. He jumped in, and he didn't even get out of first gear, and he chopped me up like nothing. So, yeah, and then I fought on his co-main in Newcastle when he fought Daniel Amar for the Australian title. So it's weird how the world works.
Fantastic, mate. Great history. Wish you all the very best and look forward to getting some more of those great quotes out of you tomorrow, mate. Good luck. No worries. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause. The great man, that is Blake Minto, the Machine. So, while we're on Blake Minto, everybody, now it's time to introduce his opponent centering. As I mentioned, 10 3-minute rounds of action in the welterweight division promises to be a great fight. His opponent comes into the bout, 9 fights, 9 wins, 5 by way of a knockout. He's from Cork in Ireland, but here he's representing beautifully on the Gold Coast. Let's have a very big round of applause. This is Danny Boy Keating!
Roll another one. Sit up, never like you know it's special packet with them automatics. We gon' send them to heaven. Wait. Hey. Woo! You feeling sturdy, Shake it.
Here we go, everybody, from one skipper to another. Let's have a round of applause. This is Danny Boy Keating!
One skipper to another, that was gold.
Well, here we have him, Danny Boy Keating. Now, we talk about Polynesian boxing on the rise here in Australia, but also Irish boxing on the rise. And this boy, Danny Boy Keating, trained by Mark Wilson, who is looking after Justice Hooney at the moment over in England, in Ipswich, as Justice is ready for Fabio Wardley in what is going to be Justice's biggest fight today. But right now, Danny Boy Keating is turning it on with the rope mon.
Number 4 in Australia, here's an exciting prospect. Australian boxing, wow, welterweight division is dominated at the moment by some amazing fighters, and I know he's putting down the skipping rope. Both boys don't want to show too much before Sunday night.
Yeah, exactly. If you look at these guys, he was very fleet-footed in the skipping, very fleet-footed as he came down the steps and did a little dance for the crowd and for the viewers watching live on DAZN. But you're right, he's just... You know, the welterweight division is very good, right up to the top of the tree, actually, on the world level. But as you look here, Danny Boy Keating just touching, moving, just not giving anything away, but looking quite comfortable in the centre of the ring.
Yeah, beautiful, up tall, European style on display at the moment. Nice and long work from Danny Boy Keating. Obviously, they get a lot of work and fights in the European division and the British division.
Live on DAZN, looks like we're going to throw back to Stephen.
Thank you very much for that, Monique. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause. Danny Boy Keating! Danny, you've taken a leaf out of Blake's book, or he's taken one out of yours, I'm not sure, but not giving too much away, mate. No pad work in the ring. Is there any method behind the madness there, or are you just trying to keep your cards close to your chest?
No, mate, we're just having a little shake out, a bit of fun tonight. When I get back later on, I'll do a good session, but yeah, it's just a little shake out in front of the fans. It's great.
What do you make of this audience, mate? It's a lot of people have come out here Thursday night. Beautiful weather, if you ask me. I think you'll probably agree. It's nice and comfortable here in the Gold Coast. Big night coming up on Sunday and a big opportunity for you to continue your rise. What are you expecting out of the very durable Blake Minto?
Oh, it's unreal, mate. It's an honour to get to fight on such a big card. It's absolutely stacked with fighters, and I believe these are the shows that I need to be on to progress. And yeah, it's going to be a massive fight. I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready to go and do whatever has to come in front of me.
Fantastic, mate. Does that add any pressure to you then, knowing that this is, you know, the gateway? We've heard our broadcast team upstairs talk about the fact that these shows are the gateway to the world now for you. So does that add any pressure for you as your burgeoning career continues?
No, mate. I've had plenty of amateur fights. I've been around the block myself. These are the fights that I've been looking for to open the doors, and yeah, get through this fight Sunday night and we keep going.
Fantastic. Well, we wish you all the very best, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a round of applause. That is Danny Boy Keating. Here we go. Big fight coming up on the weekend. Round of applause, everybody. So that was Danny Boy Keating. Just a reminder, everybody here at ringside at Pacific Fair, grab your tickets, tickettech.com.au for the remaining tickets as we look to sell out this venue. And please go and see our magnificent partners, Drink O'Shea, where you can grab your exclusive tickets, the last tickets to the Promoters Cocktail Party, which is coming up on Saturday night. You'll get to see some of your favourite fighters there. Lots of wonderful media types that will be there as well, and it should be a fantastic night before we have our big fight. It is, of course, on Sunday. coming up on the 8th of June. It's going to be a massive afternoon and evening at the Gold Coast Convention Centre. Let's welcome out our boxers. Next bout, we have a fight coming up in the super middleweight division, 8 3-minute rounds. The first of our fighters in this bout makes his way from Rotorua in Aotearoa, New Zealand. This man, undefeated, 5 fights, 5 wins, a very confident young man. Let's have a round of applause as we welcome Rikea Warren! Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Rikea Warren, undefeated and ready to go. Round of applause.
Rikea Warren, all the way from New Zealand, trained by a member of the Hooney family. He's ready to go. He's ready to put on a show. He has his hands full against Money Max McIntyre. This is going to be a cracking fight. Rikea Warren, I spoke to him just earlier before the open workout started. He said he's not coming to take part. He's definitely come to steal the show, Ted.
Yeah, well, look, he looks sharp. He's putting a little bit into this workout, but he's going to have to be sharp against Money McIntyre, who's always available to deliver another highlight reel. But just looking at Rikea Warren here, he looks good.
And we've got some pad work, which is good news. He's had 13 rounds to date, so he's in another exciting division, number 3. I'm excited for this fight. He will have to bring the fire for Max because Max is at the top of his game at the moment.
He absolutely is the IBF World Youth Champion. He's been, just putting people on highlight reels for the better part of the last 18 months. And it looks like that Rikea Warren is now ready to have a quick word with Stephen Payos.
Thank you very much, Rob. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Rikea Warren, throwing some very big punches there, Rikea. Great to see you, mate. Maumai Haramai all the way from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Great to see you here, mate. Welcome to the beautiful Gold Coast. Thank you for throwing some punches out here. We saw some eyes popping out there. I know we were looking going, whoa, some big bombs there, mate. So thank you for that. And how are you enjoying here the bright lights of the beautiful Gold Coast?
I mean, it's good. A lot of people out here and they want to see a bit of punching, a bit of action. So yeah, you got to give people what they want sometimes. Yeah.
Fantastic, mate. Well, you certainly did that. What are you expecting out of your opponent, mate, Max McIntyre? Look forward to asking you some more in-depth questions tomorrow, but you've got a very tough opponent. Someone's is going to go. It must be a very exciting moment for you, knowing that you've got a great challenge, but something that you're not afraid of by any means.
No, definitely not. I mean, I'm just focused on what I need to do and don't really care about him, so yeah.
Fantastic. Any last words here for the crowd? Come out, buy your tickets and support, especially, the community here, the Pacific Islander community, come out and watch you.
Yep. I just want to say to my whānau back home, thanks for all the support and my sponsors, Uncomfortable Clothing, Pure Lighting, and TW Contracting. Buy a tickets team. It's going to be a good one.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a round of applause. The very sharp Rikea Warren. Back up to our team upstairs. Rob, Ted, and Monique. Take it away.
Wow, we've seen some talent on display, and you'll be able to watch all the talent live on DAZN anywhere around the world. We absolutely encourage everyone to get behind this card. The main event, Jai Opetaia versus Claudio Squeo for the IBF and Ring Magazine Cruiserweight World titles. Conor Wallace in there in a tough fight. He's the IBF number 2. Just after that, Ben Marnie in the IBF Intercontinental bout, knocking on the world stage. And then this plethora of undercard talent, Max McIntyre, Xavier Fletcher, Austin Akuzo, Ted, we could keep going and going. For the people, they need to be watching live on DAZN.
Yeah, exactly. They certainly do. DAZN pay-per-view, this particular event. You can just go online and purchase the event at any given time. But look, as you said, a massive, massive card. Jai Opetaia is doing it again. He's bringing it back after the amazing performance in January where we saw 2 mammoth giants create a massive, massive fight. But going back to this week and what's happening on Sunday night, we've got a plethora of great fights from top to bottom, and I'm really excited to call all of the fights on the night.
Monique, DAZN, the global home of boxing. An absolute must for everyone to get around and watch all the great fights that are on there. So many big names fighting this year already, and so many big fights coming on.
Yeah, definitely. So we've had Tera Moana, who's on the card as well. He recently fought on the George Kambosos undercard, put on a show. He's still undefeated. A couple of undefeated fighters to watch. Max, who will be on Sunday night, also undefeated. Exciting fight when 1-0 has to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, even Jake Paul's been mentioning Jai Opetaia, but he's got to fight Chavez Jr. You know, we've got Hooney versus Wardley, literally 12 hours beforehand, live on DAZN. We're going to have a watch party organised for that, so we can all get up nice and early and cheer on Justice as he faces his biggest fight, George Kambosos versus Hitchens. There's every reason to get on board, subscribe to DAZN, and definitely tune in to this pay-per-view. But Jai Opetaia, he is a force in Australian boxing now, Ted.
Yeah, he is indeed. And he's been a force for quite a while. Turkey Al-Sheikh's favourite fighter, so he says. And he likes Riyadh, but what a privilege to have this event now held in Australia and not Riyadh or USA or anything like that. So if you are in the Gold Coast, come down to the convention centre, have a look. It's amazing atmosphere when you're live in the arena. But I'm really looking forward to this card. I keep saying it, but it's nice to have the eyes of the world back on the Gold Coast through DAZN and going through this major card.
DAZN has all the action, Rob. Hey, I know you've been around a couple of cards now. They are full and packed.
They absolutely are. So a great job done by Mick Francis and Fran Bradford. You know, obviously Matchroom and Gold Star and Riyadh Season, all bringing all the action live on DAZN right here from the Gold Coast, June 8. Make sure you tune in, and let's get back to Stephen Payos for some more open workout action.
Rob, we're back down here ringside, and for everybody here at Pacific Fair, hope you're enjoying our open workouts. Now time to welcome out Rakea Warren's opponent in this massive bout, 8 3-minute round super middleweight division. This man comes into the bout with everything to play with. This man, a wonderful talent, and there's going to be something very special happening in just a moment. 7 fights and 7 wins. He is your IBF World Youth Super Middleweight Champion of the world. Let's make some noise as we welcome Max Money McIntyre! McIntyre centering the money man. Max, great to see you. I'm going to get you to stand here because apparently I've been asked to do something here for the audience. So bear with me, everybody. I need to put the microphone down as we get Max ready. All right, here we go. This could be anything, everybody. The blindfolded Max Money McIntyre.
This boy knows how to put on a show. It's the Money Show, ladies and gentlemen. Shouting out to his sponsors, Bad Apples, as he wears the blindfold. We saw this last time on the open workout. They practice this. Social media loves it. Jeff Frazier loves it. Shape Up loves it. And the Australian public love it. Look at Max go. He's trying to let the hands fly. He's flashy there, Ted.
Yeah, it's beautiful to watch, man. It's Shabam or Shanaz or whatever you is. It's very sharp and very smooth. And even with the blindfolds on, it's looking very good.
I love when boxers try and put this entertainment for Australia on a big scale. They know how to sell a show. This is it. Social media is running the boxing world, and he knows how to play into it.
Absolutely, and our sponsors, Bad Apples, they love being behind Money Max. Also, massive sponsors here, Drink O'Shea, Riyadh Season, Leone Boxing. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the Money Show, the IBF World Youth Champion. Now, this one at super middleweight, over 8 3-minute rounds. Money Max, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you tune in and watch this one, Ted. It's going to be fireworks. He loves putting fighters on highlight reels.
Absolutely. Look, the thing about Max McIntyre is, yes, he has been knocking out a few of his guys and creating highlight reels. But on top of that, he's actually a very, very good boxer, you know, and he's improving. And this looks like a lot of fun and bravado, but you've got to put in a lot of work to be able to deliver this kind of performance on a stage with hundreds and hundreds of people watching live and then blindfolding yourself in the process.
He's a lot younger than his opponent. He is coming up as undefeated, high in Australia's #1. Let's throw down to Stephen let's hear a little bit about him.
Thanks very much for that, Mon. Down here, all finalised. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Let's have a round of applause. He's the Money Show for a reason. Max, you're scaring me in there, mate. You're throwing those punches like absolutely unbelievably. I tell you what, got the blindfold on, moving, ducking, weaving. That must be a real thrill for you to be able to do that as well, mate. Have the blindfold on and do a great little workout there with your coach, Jeff.
Yeah, it's nice, you know. Me and my coach, Jeff, that connection. So, yeah, to be able to do that, you know, you get that mind-muscle connection, so it's good.
Mate, it's been a meteoric rise for you. We saw the last bout that you fought was a big one for you. You had that World Youth title. Everything is trending in the right way for you, the money man, but you do have a dangerous opponent ahead of you coming up on Sunday. What do you make of Opetaia? And he seemed to be quite cool, quite confident and ready to take you on. What did you make of all that?
Oh, I'm ready to showcase all my skills. Wait till you guys see how much I leveled up, you know? Money show time.
Tell all the audience here why you are the money show. Let's show everybody here that hasn't got a ticket and that's going to buy one now based on what you're saying. Why are you the money show?
Get a ticket, see why I'm the money show, you know? I'm coming to steal the show.
All right, that's why. He's your IBF World Youth Super Middleweight Champion, everybody. He's known as Money. His name, Max McIntyre. Round of applause, everybody. Absolutely fantastic. That is the money show, Max McIntyre. Just a reminder once again for everybody here that has joined us at Pacific Fair, please make your way over to our wonderful partners, Drink O'Shea, and grab yourself some tickets to the promoter's exclusive cocktail party that's coming up on Saturday night ahead of the big fight, which is on Sunday at the Gold Coast Convention Centre. If you haven't got your tickets for that either yet, everybody, please make sure you get them. You can scan the QR codes here inside the venue and grab those last-minute tickets as we look to sell out this venue. Let's move on now. We welcome out the next of our boxers for our open workouts. This is another fantastic bout. 10 3-minute rounds, and we do have honours on the line. The vacant IBF Pan Pacific Championship will be fought for in this bout. So let's have a very big round of applause as we welcome down here, centre ring here at Pacific Fair on the Gold Coast. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is known as the King. Let's hear it, King Rocky Ogden!
Change, I stay the same, they maintain it, safe to say the kid getting older, forever game, I'm never switching over, made a lane, can't get over, I can't measure around with they be bogus, rather get a pack and keep it over, big triple stand up in the ocean, everybody trapping, we get losing, he ain't focused, everything got motion, made a half.
Here he is, everybody, 9 fights, 7 wins, a fantastic young man. Round of applause, once again, regional honours on the line, King Rocky Ogden.
Rocky Ogden, the King. Great little fighter, and in a fight that absolutely everyone must circle. This one, a featherweight fight against the Wizard, Tyler Blizzard. There's been a lot of talk back and forth. These guys have been looking at each other as they both were rising up under different promotions. Now they get a chance to fight each other live on DAZN, here on the undercard for Opetaia Squeo, but this one, it's absolutely going to be fireworks. We say that a lot, but in the featherweight division, these two guys are ready to bang, Monique.
Yeah, I was talking to Tyler earlier today, and he said, I've got the hardest fight on the card. And I said, all right, Tyler, we'll see how you go. But it looks down to both boys are at the top of their careers. It is make or break here.
Both fighters had faced Chang Yang. It's very tough, Ted, and we know that, we saw it.
Yeah, we saw Tyler Blizzard fight him last, but they both have that one common opponent in place, and you know he's a tough opponent. But Rocky had to go a loss before he got a win against Chang Yang, and he's in the middle of the ring now, looking good, just punching into the sky, just looking ready to go, in good shape.
Yeah, he's ready to fight, but he's also ready to talk to Stephen Pales.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the King, Rocky Ogden. Rocky, great to see you, mate, in great shape. You are a local boy here. So first of all, big shout out to all of the fans that have come out to see you. I'm sure you'll bring a big army to watch you, mate. Must be a great thrill. Massive show in your hometown here. How good?
Yeah, I'm grateful for all the people coming out to support. Shout out to Tasman Fighters for putting this fight on. Shout out to DAZN. Shout out to my sponsors, Bad Apples, Soldier Cranes. I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm ready to go.
Tell us a little bit about the fight and how it will play out. I think Tyler has been conscious to say that it's a very, very tough fight. He knows what's coming, and you know yourself it's going to be a tough fight as well. How does it play out? Regional honours on the line, so everything to fight for, as they say.
Yeah, look, I know I've got a tough competitor in front of me. That's why I prepared to the best I could be over in Vegas with Steve Rollins. I've been putting the work in, and I think Sunday night you're going to get a great show, and we're going to put on a barn burner for everyone. So make sure you tune in and be ready for it.
Look forward to it, mate. What does it do for your career if you get that regional strap? You'll be looking then to pursue things through the IBF and go bigger and better, obviously.
Yeah, look, it's great. It's another step in the right direction, but for me, all it is about getting this win. You know, I'm just tunnel vision on this fight, and I'm just ready to get in there and put on a hell of a show for everyone and give everyone their money's worth.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause. That is your local hero. He is the King, Rocky Ogden. Absolutely fantastic there. Thank you very much, Rocky Ogden. Now let's welcome out his opponent to the ring. As I mentioned, we have this IBF Pan Pacific Featherweight Championship on the line. His opponent comes into this bout 9 fights as well, but he also has 9 big wins. Training in Thailand at the moment. He's known as the Wizard. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a very big round of applause. Here he is, Tyler Blizzard.
Still put gas in the sky. She sing I might sound like it change up her life. I told her to goggle and work on her eyes. Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke all the nuts. Got some more millions, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and ain't no fox. We call him Chauncey cause they gonna chop. Took her out of violence cause of pop.
Round of applause, everybody. Here's the Wizard, Tyler Blizzard.
Here he is, Tyler Blizzard, facing Rocky Ogden for an IBF Pan Pacific title. Tyler in great nick, great form, great little boxer, and he's in against Rocky Ogden, who's a puncher. So it's a classic puncher versus boxer matchup, Mike.
Yeah, exciting division as well. They've got a lot of, I'd say, pit bulls in the division. Hey, once they start, there's no stopping them. Now, Tyler's at the top of his you know, he's number 2 in Australia, but top of his career at the moment. He's looking for the hard fights. He told me earlier he is not taking any more easy fights, only up from here. International stage, possibly, Ted.
Yeah, last year at the close was 20-24 and a very, very tough fight against Chen Cheng Yang. But a clean boxer per se. I mean, he wasn't really utilising his boxing skills to the best of his own ability, but he really is a good boxer. You know, I think he's going to look to come back and create something special in this fight using his boxing acumen and his ring generalship.
Yeah, for the absolute boxing purists out there in Australia and around the world watching live on DAZN, circle this fight. This one is going to be edge-of-the-seat stuff, as it looks like Tyler Blizzard is ready to wrap it up and have a quick chat with Steve Paos.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause. Tyler, the Wizard, Blizzard, centre ring. Tyler, great to see you, mate. You're a fantastic young boxer. You're also a great talker, mate, so I'm expecting the next couple of days to be fantastic. We'll get some great promotional material out of you. But first and foremost, how good is it to be here on the Gold Coast? Maybe not as warm as Thailand, where you're training at the moment, but I tell you what, big stage and bright lights ready for you to go.
Yeah, mate, first of all, I'm freezing, but it's good. It's good to be back. First of all, I want to thank Tasman Fighters, DAZN, and all my sponsors on the front shirt of front and back of my shirt. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity, and you're gonna see a different me come Sunday night.
Yeah, we heard Monique upstairs talking about how tough this fight will be for you, and you have been saying that. So tell us a little bit about that, what you're expecting out of this fight. There's no doubt you've left no stone unturned. 10 rounds, regional honours on the line. What have you done with your preparation to be ready for this one?
Yeah, look, same as Rocky. Look, we're not here to muck around. I'm here for 10 hard rounds. So I think the fans, you know, my family, I'm going to do everyone proud Sunday night. I've worked my ass off, so there is no mucking around. There's no fancy stuff. We're here to fight, and I'm ready to go. Let's go, and may the best man win.
And mate, just quickly, big night with Jai Opetaia on the card. That must be a big thrill for you to be fighting underneath one of the world's very best, one of the pound-for-pound legends, and that's something I know you're looking to do as well as you build your career, become, you know, a pound-for-pound great. Of course, in a little bit of a lower division in weight, but of course it's a great card and a great opportunity for you.
Absolutely, I'm grateful to be on Jai's undercard, but you know I have a big task in front of me, and so does he. So let's get this one out of the way, and then we can look at world title shots and you know heading in the right direction towards you know similar to Jai. So I'm ready for Sunday, and then yeah, let's go.
Fantastic, mate. We know you're ready. All the very best. We wish you luck and have a great rest of a couple of days as we get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. That is Tyler, the Wizard, Blizzard. Fantastic day of action coming up on Sunday. We continue on with our open workouts here, and I hope everybody's having a fantastic time. A reminder, go and grab your tickets. Scan the QR codes that are available here on the LEDs if you haven't already. And also, go and see our great partners at Drink O'Shea and grab yourself some tickets to the promoters' exclusive cocktail party that's coming up on Saturday night. Please look around as well as we say a big thank you to all of our magnificent partners led by Experience Gold Coast, Clothing, Drink O'Shea, Leone, Riyadh Season, and everybody that's involved. Sports Pick, big partners of ours, Bad Apples as well, and thanks to our promoters, Tasman Fighters, Matchroom Boxing, and Gold Star Promotions, everybody. Now let's welcome out the final element of our card. We have the top 3 fights on the billing. This one here will be a fantastic bout, and we do have honours on the line in this one as well, the IBF Intercontinental Championship. So this one is a huge bout. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome out first of all. This man has come all the way from Venezuela. He's ready to put on a show. He's known as El Terrible, travelling all the way with 12 fights and 9 wins. Let's have a very big round of applause. Centering here in Australia, this is Eddie Colmenares.
I'm in first class, I want relief stress. I got pen girls, they won't give me test. I like bum bum, I like big chest. Bust the blue, she ready for me. Real slim, watch her food like I'm in her ass. She sent it to me like, oh, in her ass. Come show me the rest. Playing the other side of the coke game. Snowflake, dust away where you're no saying. Back in school, you was a man and you were no name. Straight Cali, give me the light, hit the propane. Rock a plane, Jane, but my diamonds on rest. Big Daddy Kane, she
Here he is, everybody. Eddie Colmenares, El Terrible. Bienvenidos, Eddie.
Eddie Colmenares, El Terrible. He faces Ben Marnie for an IBF Intercontinental title, one step away from World Championship talks. And Eddie Colmenares doesn't speak much English, but he does speak boxing, Ted.
Exactly. You don't need to speak much English, man, when you can fight. And from that part of the world, the South Americans, these guys are born to fight. He's just looking good in the ring, just touching. He looks in good shape, and I think he's ready to put on a good show against a tough and ready opponent.
He has a great counter style, as you can see, very calculated the way he's even just in there. He looks very comfortable down there at the moment, picking his shots very nicely, but he's not showing too much, as they all are.
No, he's going to be very, very long for Ben Marnie. So Ben Marnie's going to have to work inside. It's going to be a lot of head feints and a lot of footwork just to make sure that you can get past that lead hand and then start to counter on the inside. And he's going to have to make it work when he goes to the body tech.
Absolutely. We spoke about it, and I did a few reels earlier in the week saying that Ben has to use his brilliance, and it's exactly what he needs to do because this guy is long. He knows his way around a boxing ring, and Ben's just got to use his skill. Don't get too excited and too overwrought, and just put this guy for a boxing lesson. As we move on through this training session he's doing here, I think we're going to struggle to pass it on to Stephen because there's a bit of a language barrier, so I don't know where we go from here.
Mate, don't ever underestimate Stephen Payos. He can handle it. He is up to task when he speaks to Eddie Colmenares. El Terrible.
Well, let's see how he goes.
Indeed. Don't
All
get
right,
in the
ladies and
way.
gentlemen, let's have a round of applause. Eddie Colmenares, muchas gracias, Eddie. Espero que mucho bien viaje en Australia y buena suerte para domingo. Hablamos por español, for all the fancy, just poquito.
Bueno, le doy gracias a Dios por esta oportunidad que estamos acá. Y bueno, el domingo tendrán una buena pelea de nuestra parte.
Fantastic. He says, very good. Looking forward to a big opportunity for you here. We wish you all the very best. So once again, buena suerte, Eddie. Have a good time. All the very best. And let's have a round of applause. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Colmenares. Up to you guys upstairs.
I told you. Stephen Payos is up to task. He's absolutely killed it tonight at the open workout, and we've been having a great time. Some great talent on display, Ted.
Yeah, there is a lot of talent on display. But first of all, do not underestimate Stephen Payos. He speaks Spanish. Who knew? But yeah, some great talent underway, and you know, there's lots going on. I think Nick Francis is gonna step in and talk about some of the talent. Nick, you have to share this microphone with me. I don't know if we can get in here.
Squeeze in.
Yeah, excellent.
We can fit.
Yeah, we can.
cold.
All right, so you can't hear, but is there anything you can tell us about this card that that's exciting you? We're all excited so far, but how about you, Mick?
Mate, the fact that there's so many fights on the card and there's so many world level fights on the card, like this fight here coming up, Benny Marnie and that South American, it's going to be a cracking fight. Like if Benny thinks he's going to walk through this guy, he's kidding. He's on 9 fights by 9 knockouts. So, mate, it's going to be a cracking fight. As everyone knows, this is for the IBF Intercontinental Super Welterweight. So the winner of this fight, they change their lives. So this is a massive fight for Benny Marnie. Everyone's always had him on the tip of their tongues. Everyone spoke about Benny for a long time. He's gone missing for a couple of years, but he's back. And Tasman fighters are going to get behind him. And, I think he's going to give the Super Welterweight division a shake-up.
Mick, stare straight down the camera for me and talk to us about this massive weekend. Justice Hooney, Fabio Wardley, and obviously the king of Australian boxing at the moment, Jai Opetaia versus Claudio Squeo.
Yeah.
Huge stuff for Tasman fighters.
Oh, it's massive. Like, not only for Tasman fighters, for these individual fighters, but also for Australian boxing. It doesn't get much bigger than this. You think about the magnitude of Justice Hooney, 5 weeks' notice, okay? He's 26 years old. 26 years old. In the heavyweight division. He's 12-0. And he's fighting, going to the Lions Den, going all the way over to the UK on Fabio Wardley's home soil. It's a massive, massive fight for him. It's a massive opportunity. And I think he can, get through. I think he'll box his ears off. I think he's just got to stay away. Fabio's got a big punch, as we all know. But I think Justice has got the ability to box smart, stay out of trouble. I don't care if he makes it ugly. I just want him to get through safe and just get this win, because this is a massive opportunity for him. After this fight, if he can win this fight, there's bigger and better things obviously in the horizon. So, we're looking forward to this. But, you talk about Jai Opetaia. Like, Jai Opetaia is an animal. And, what he's done over the last few years on the world scene, bringing fights back here to Australia, like it's massive. We probably won't see Jai back in this country again for a long, long time, because after this, we're talking about unifications. Unifications obviously are expensive fights. Unfortunately, here in Australia, we struggle to generate that world-class money. Riyadh season's been a blessing, obviously, over the last few years, but Jai's, he's off to bigger and better things after this particular fight. And we talk about this opponent. This opponent, he's tough. He's 7-0. I've been watching him on his socials. He's really tough. And, he's a knucklehead. He comes forward. He likes to bang. Jai likes to bang. I don't think this is going to be a boxing match. I think this is going to be a slug match. So, this is going to be another cracking fight come Sunday.
Hopefully a watch party for Justice live on DAZN. Everyone else can watch the main event live on DAZN when we have Opetaia versus Squeo. But obviously, the co-main event, we have to talk about him too. Conor Wallace. You want to talk about fights and guys that get into fights? We love a Conor Wallace scrap.
You talk about knuckleheads. He's a knucklehead. Like, mate, the guy can box. I don't understand. The guy can box. If anyone tuned into his last fight in December last year, we brought a guy out from South Africa. Okay, this kid, he can fight. He's a super middleweight, came up. Conor should have made light work of it, but he didn't. He wanted to go to war, head to head, butted heads. Mate, they both dropped each other. Like, it was madness. Round 8 come. Greg Eady, his coach, he said, Conor, can you give me one round? Just give me one round of boxing. He knocked the guy out in 45 seconds. It was amazing. But Conor Wallace is a superstar. He's number 2 of the IBF right now. There's big things for him. I hear things, there's talk about the IBF introducing an interim world title. They haven't got an interim title at the moment, but they're at the convention at the moment, so hopefully they do introduce that title. If they do, we'd love to bring an interim world title here to Australia, number 2 against number 1. So, Conor is a massive seller, he's a massive star, and he's a star on the rise.
Finally, talk to us about Jai just one more time. He's in conversation with Jake Paul. We've heard the talk about Zurdo Ramirez. We know about the fights. There's the wanting to go to heavyweight to fight Usyk. He's on everyone's lips. He's on Turk Al-Sheikh's pound-for-pound list, and he is lighting it up over in the UK and in America. Jai is one to watch.
Mate, Jai's one to watch, but Zurdo has had many opportunities, okay, many. like Dylan Smith called everyone out except Jai Opetaia. Look at him now. He had a massive fight. Australia versus England, okay? Boxer versus Matchroom. Like, it was a massive, massive fight in the UK. But he wanted to go chasing other opponents, and look where he is. He's missed out on a massive payday. So Zerdo's got the belts, as Jai says. He doesn't care about the opponents. It's whoever's got these belts. So look out, Zerdo.
Fight week is wrapping up, and we better get back down to Stephen Payhouse. But make sure you tune in to all the major events live here in the Gold Coast, brought to you by Tasman Fighters. Let's get back down to Stephen Payhouse, because we've got to wrap up this open workout with the main events of the evening.
Thank you very much for that, Rob Shive. Upstairs, Mick Francis joining the broadcast promoter here at Tasman Fighters. We just saw a moment ago El Terrible Eddie Colmenares. Time to welcome his opponent to the ring. 12 3-minute rounds in that bout, as we talked about the IBF Intercontinental Championship on the line. The world beckons for the winner. Time to welcome out the next of our boxers. This man fighting Eddie comes into the bout with an unblemished record, 15 wins and a draw from his 16 fights. He's known as the Gold Coast Golden Boy. Let's welcome Benny Money.
Wanna play both sides, just a red dot, don't get on the wrong red eye. It's a headshot, damn, you can't woo them guys. Round and bag, two of them guys. I'm OD in Paris, I'm OD in France. I thought that I told you I need the advance. Put down your IG and look through my lens. A million to grandma, who did I offend? The girl of your dreams, to me is a fan. I netted 10 million and did a little dance. I'm in the world, I was in my pants. My Uncle G told me that I had a chance. So then I popped out and did it again, and did it again, and did it again.
Here he is, everybody, round of applause, ready to go round. The great man, Benny Money.
The Golden Boy, Ben Marnie, knocking on the door of world title opportunities here in front of his home crowd against Eddie Colmenares, who we just saw, the long, rangy South American fighter. Ben Marnie, recently married. He's putting it all on the line, and he wants to put on a show. Teddy said he's sick of fighting 10-rounders. He wants a knockout.
Absolutely, Rob. Look, this could steal the show on Sunday night. Ben Marnie, smooth as a whistle, clean as a whistle, just boxing and moving around, shadow boxing. I like that he knows his way around the ring. He's an old school fighter, but when you get to these levels and you've got fighters that are coming directly onto you, throwing big punches, it gives the opportunity to almost create like a catapult effect where he can catch him coming in for a KO.
Teddy's been in the ring with some great names in Australian boxing. Cohen, Benjamin Hussein, Adrian Rodriguez takes tough fights. And I mean, don't you reckon he should have gotten those hand wraps and laces done up before this all happened?
Hey, whatever it takes, you know, maybe he wants people to look at the tattoos on his legs or something, I don't know. But, you know, hey, I'll take it. Don't argue with fighters when they're on fight week. You know, they can do whatever they want.
That tattoo is actually of Iron Mike Tyson, as his trainer, Josh Arnold, just gets the gloves on there, laces them up. Benny just rolling the shoulders over, but we're not going to expect too much out of him because he's taking up most of the time just putting the gloves on.
Oh, definitely. You know what's taking up this card? Welterweights, southpaws. That's kind of exciting. I love it.
Exactly, they are. And welterweights and southpaws, we've missed the one big man, Terma Warner, not on the stage tonight, but still on the card as far as we know. But Ben Marnie right now, just moving through the pads, doing his thing, looking good. I think we're going to hand straight over to Stephen Payhouse to get a few words and interrupt this session.
Thank you very much to the great man upstairs, the former world champion Ted Kofi. There he is, the Gold Coast Golden Boy, Benny Marnie. Round of applause, everybody. Benny, great reception. I would expect so much. You are the Gold Coast Golden Boy here in front of all your great friends and family. You love the bright lights, and another fantastic opportunity beckons for you on Sunday night. Tell us about it. Tell us how you're feeling and how proud you are to be doing it here in the Gold Coast.
Firstly, I say a massive thank you to Tasman for DAZN for putting it on. It's an amazing event. It's an amazing card, stellar on the Gold Coast. So very fortunate to be here. Camp's been great. Got a good, tough opponent. He's come over here safely. I've got a great support network and crew. So yeah, very fortunate, very grateful. Keen to get going.
Mate, what do you know about Eddie? We just saw him there a moment ago in the ring. He looks like he's got power, tall guy. All of his wins have come by knockout. I mean, he has been defeated, but when he does win, he wins well. So what do you know about him without giving too much away? But I know that our audience here and everyone watching would love to know about the bout so they can buy those tickets and come to the fight.
Yeah, look, he's a tough customer. He's got power, obviously. His record says so. He's a big boy and he's coming to fight. And at this level, every fight's going to be a hard fight. No one's going to come in here with powder puff hands. They're all going to hit hard. They're all going to be strong. They're all going to be fast. So I'm preparing as I would for anyone else, any other world title fight that I'll ever get to fight for.
Fantastic, mate. Any last messages here for all of the wonderful people of the Gold Coast and all of your home fans that are ready to watch?
Just a massive thank you for showing out tonight. I'm looking forward to the rest of the week and tune in.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your Gold Coast Golden Boy, the undefeated Benny Money. Which way? Anywhere you want to go, Benny. Thank you very much. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Benny Money. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue on now. We are at the very top of the card. We now move on to the co-main event of the evening. This one, 8 3-minute rounds of action. The first side of this bout comes all the way from France, and he's ready to put on a fantastic show. Into the bout with 15 fights for 14 wins. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a very big round of applause. Dylan Collin!
I'm not in a mood, cause my flight delayed. So I jumped on a private jet and I'm asking a pilot the ETA. Lambo parked on a landing strip, everyone in my gang and my DJ paid. Why is my man talking about inshallah? These times he don't even pray. Why is my man wearing a Jesus piece? How did she squeeze in them jeans? Big behind a petite waist. Take time with the GBG, we
Here
don't
he
be
is, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, all the way from Europe in France. Here he is, Dylan Collin.
Matter of time till I get them all ticked off. Alright, we could go band for band.
Man, we can go M for M.
$250,000 for the Maybach truck.
Double R with the factory rims. I got the 90 years, the version, the bribes, I'm really a threat.
It's got to the point that I don't even care. I got jewels in the safe that I don't even wear.
Bro, I do it for some shoes and clothes and see what it'll do for a necklace.
Get him moving and manoeuvring a little bit. Not giving much away, but at this stage they never really do.
Yeah, he's being very cautious. Co-main event, a little bit stressful. Doesn't want to give too much away because it is a hard fight for him. He's stepping up to take on Conor Wallace.
The Frenchman has come prepared. He is ready to go, and he says that he wants the Conor Wallace scalp on his record. He's got a record of 14 and 1, and Conor Wallace 15 and 1. So very similar records. Both with that European style, nice and tall. So expect this one to be a classic European boxing match, Ted.
Yeah, exactly right. They're both tall fighters, very similar records, as you say. You know, if he gets one over Conor Wallace, then he's massively jumped up the ladder. But obviously Conor's, a no-limit soldier, and he's going to try his best to keep him down. And I think we're almost done with this open. With this spar session here, or the shadow box session, and we'll hand over to Stephen Pales.
Ted, thank you very much for that. Bonjour, Dylan. Comment ça va?
Ça va très bien.
Excellent. Ça va très bien. He's very, very good. I can translate that one. Parlez-vous anglais or français? Owen Mundo, ladies and gentlemen, our translator.
I'll translate. He's going to speak English, yeah?
Fantastic. You're going to speak English, so parlez-vous anglais. He's going to try. Excellent. Dylan, welcome once again here, Australia. Big opportunity. You know what it's like to fight on the big cards. You've just come from Saudi Arabia, Riyadh season, so you know the big fights. What are you expecting out of this fight?
Hello everyone. Hello. Thanks for your welcoming. Thanks Tyson Fighter and DAZN. I feel very good. And I had a long trip from France, so it's nearly time. Sunday is a big fight, so it's an Australia experience for me. Donc good.
What do you know about Conor Wallace? What are you expecting from him in this big fight?
It's a war. It's a good fighter. So I will talk with my hands Sunday. So I have a lot of respect for Conor. He's a very good fighter. So it's a big fighter coming. Donc I'm very happy.
Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause. Très bien anglais, hein? Merci beaucoup. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause. He spoke some great English there. Owen Mundo, thank you very much. And Dylan Collin, thank you very much. We wish you all the best. We'll speak to you tomorrow at the press conference. Owen, you'll be translating once again.
What he said is he's looking forward to fighting a strong Irish fighter. Be sure to tune in. This fight's going to be a war. They're not going to go looking for one another. Okay?
Look forward to hearing more of that tomorrow. Thank you very much at the press conference. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. That was Dylan Collin and translator Owen Mundo. English was very, very good there. Not as good as my French, or sorry, the other way around. Well done. Let's move on now and get his opponent out, ladies and gentlemen. This man, he's away from home down here on the Gold Coast, the man from Brisbane. The noise has already started as everybody gets ready to welcome him out. This man, the light heavyweight king here in Australia. A very big opportunity for him once again. 16 fights, 15 wins, everybody. Let's have a very big round of applause as we welcome Conor Wallace!
Blood in my eye, dog, and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be, and trying to take my life away. I put up with me, my back on the wall, now you gon' see. Better watch how you talk when you talk about me, cause I'm coming.
Here is everybody, your IBF number 2 ranked light heavyweight in the world, Conor Wallace!
Conor straight into the middle of the ring like a duck to water. Straight into the heart, some jabs. The southpaw stance.
He looks comfortable, doesn't he?
He looks good.
And as he should, he's number 2 in the world with the IBF and knocking on the door of big names like Beterbiev and Bivol. Obviously, there's a trilogy there and a couple of other big names. But Conor Wallace, up to task, ready to go. 16 fights in, 15 wins, only the one loss, which he got back against Letty. But there he is, the tall Irishman, 175 amateur fights on the record. He is well-versed in the great art of boxing.
Sorry, Mike. I was gonna say.
Just firing you guys up.
No, the light heavyweight division is the craziest division in boxing when you look at the top end. Anyway, go ahead, Mike.
Oh, it's fine, Ted. I'll take it off, yeah. But unanimous decisions, stoppages, Conor Wallace's only excitement as a co-main event. Stephen's going to take it off us as well. Gosh, we can't get a word in here.
Steve said no. He said no. He said let Conor Wallace cook. Let him cook. Let him move around. He's the co-main event and he puts on an absolute display. Some of his highlight reels, some of the social media clips. You can hear my voice as I'm getting excited when I'm pumping him up commentating. One of my favourite ones was against Jack Gibb. Jai Opetaia was joining us in the commentary team, and as the fight finished in devastating fashion, Jai was upstanding, Conor was upstanding. It was a great moment, one I'll always remember.
29 years old, at the tip of his career. He's got an exciting future ahead of him, and Stephen's favourite too, so we'll throw it back to him.
Take 2, thanks very much for that, Mon. A lot of media attention on you, Conor, so we need to keep you going there for another minute, mate, so they could get that content. But first of all, welcome here, home away from home down here on the Gold Coast. Great support. Everyone's excited to see you. You must be very excited, mate, for another big night here of professional boxing on DAZN.
Yeah, it's unreal, the big co-main event on such a massive card. I'm very grateful, to make it for Tasman fighters and be live in the zone and experience Gold Coast as well. It's unreal.
Mate, we've got a lot of questions to ask about what happens afterwards, but I know that your focus is firmly on this opponent. What can you tell us about this very durable man who's come all the way from France?
Yeah, he's come from France. He's got a good record. I know he's tough. We've seen him fight before, so it's going to be a good task. But I believe that him being good will bring out the best in me. You know what I mean? I feel like the better the opponent, the better I am. So, and what a stage to do it on as well.
We heard Mick Francis before on the broadcast talking about your need to keep your head and to fight smart because you are one of the best technical boxers around. So what do you make of that? How are you going to go into this bout with your head switched on, which we know that you have almost all of the time, but what are you going to do now when you move into this fight?
Yeah, sometimes they'd be having a bit too much fun in there, you know what I mean? But that's what the fans love, and I love a scrap. And after I'll have a few beers as well.
Finn McCall's, of course, across the road, mate. Hopefully that'll be full afterwards. But just quickly, mate, any last words for these fans as they come out and watch you and support you?
Now, make sure if you haven't got a ticket, try and grab a ticket to come along. It's going to be a great night. If not, tune in live on DAZN. It's going to be a massive card. The undercard is stacked and the main man's coming up now, so it's going to be a great night.
Well, that'll be soon to be you, mate. Hopefully world title on the line very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, all the very best. We wish him well. Let's have a round of applause. That is Connor Wallace. Back to you guys upstairs, Rob, Ted and Monique.
There we have it, the IBF #2, the co-main event. Connor Wallace always in an exciting fight, and this is almost his second coming as a professional. With both hands now working properly after the operations, he is deadly, devastating, and it is just excitement plus as he faces Dylan Collin in the co-main event to Opetaia Squeo. Ted, that fight, edge of the seat stuff.
Yeah, it'll be a good fight. I was speaking to Owen, who's Dylan's trainer, and he was saying that, you know, the guy's ready. He wants this type of fight. And he was joking about the rematch clause that Mick Francis put them on as well. And he's like, look, there was a rematch clause in there for a reason. So he's really coming here to fight, you know, but do not sleep on, you know, Connor Wallace, whatever you do. He's a really, really good boxer. An avid Irishman who, as soon as you say the wrong thing or look at him or hit him too hard, forget the boxing, mate. I'm getting straight into a fight. So really looking forward to that one.
And what about the crowd here, guys? Oh my gosh, Connor Wallace, his name was mentioned, crowd roared. He's bringing entertainment, as they always do, and it's a stacked card, as he said. All grateful to be on an amazing stage, all live on DAZN.
Absolutely, and if you've not seen a Connor Wallace fight before, expect a massive green army. The Irish fans love coming out, they love supporting him, and Irish boxing in Australia on the rise. But we're about to get ready, guys. Here it is, the moment we've all been waiting for, the main event, Jai Opetaia and Claudio Squeo.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for that expert analysis upstairs, Rob Sharp. It's now time to welcome our main event fighters. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, everybody here at Pacific Fair at our open workouts. Both of our fighters for the IBF and Ring Magazine Cruiserweight Championships of the World. First of all, we welcome to the ring for his open workout, the challenger, your IBF number 14. He hails all the way from Perugia in Italia. He comes into this bout with a perfect record, 17 fights, 17 wins, 9 big wins coming by way of knockout. He's known as the Red Bull Il Toro Rosso. Let's welcome Claudio Squeo.
Brace yourself, I take you on a trip down memory lane. This is not a rapper, I'm slinging. Go move. This is colder second, plenty cognac and major pain. Not the drill sergeant, but the stress that weighing on your brain. It was me, El Boogie, yeah, YG Lucky. Ride down Rosecrans, it got ugly. Waving your hand out the window, check yourself.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Il Toro Rosso, Claudio Squeo.
The Red Bull, all the way from Italy and here to upset the show. The main event, all brought to you by our main event sponsors, Sports Pick, Leone Gloves, Bad Apples, Tasman Fighters, Riyadh Season, Drink O'Shea, Live on DAZN, Matchroom, Gold Star, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Tasman Fighters. Ted, have I forgotten anything?
Rob, well, if you have, we'll never pick it because you were doing so well. Hey, go to DAZN.com/boxing and purchase this fight because look at this guy go, man. He's not here for a joke, Monique. Look at this guy.
Hey, Jed, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the height difference. How do you think this is going to go with Jai?
Well, you know, Jai's the bully in the ring, right? If you don't have the height, physicality and strength to push Jai back, you're in big trouble. But this guy's not moving backwards. It's only one gear, one way forward for him.
I can see it being a very wild fight. The footage I've seen of Claudio over in Italy, wild fighter, anything can happen. It is a scary division. What about you, Rob? What do you think?
Yeah, Claudio Squeo definitely has come to try and upset the show. This is his Cinderella moment. This is everything he's trained for, everything he's asked for, and now he's got the opportunity. But that opportunity comes in the way of the #1 cruiserweight in the world, the IBF and Ring Magazine Cruiserweight Champion, the face of Australian boxing, Jai Opetaia, in devastating form. He doesn't take a fight lightly at all, and he's looking to make a statement as he looks not past the opponent, but through the opponent towards Ramirez, towards heavyweight, towards Usyk. But first, he has to get past the Red Bull, Claudio Squeo.
Yeah, exactly. When you look at when you wish to get a world title shot and then you've got Jai Opetaia in the opposite corner, it can be daunting. But we're going to hand down to Stephen Payos to get some translations.
There he is. Thank you very much, Ted, the world champion. Could this be a future world champion here? Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome, here we go, Claudio Squeo. Round of applause, Gold Coast. Here he is, everybody. We just welcome him, Claudio. Siamo felici di averti in Australia e come stai? Buona fortuna para Dominica. We've got Domenico here as well to translate. So first of all, it's a big night for you coming up. Un grandissimo opportuna para Jai Opetaia for the world title. We just get a response from Claudio and he can tell us how he's feeling about that.
Allora, grazie a tutti per l'ospitalità, sono emozionatissimo di essere qui e sono felicissimo, perché questa è l'ambizione di qualsiasi pugile che mette il piede in una palestra e sogna il titolo mondiale. Poi con un campione come Jay è veramente un onore per me.
Thank you everyone, I'm so happy to be here. I'm really prepared for everything, and this is a really big opportunity, and against Jay it's the most important of my life.
Is this easier or is it harder to be traveling away now with maybe a little bit less pressure, or is more pressure here because you have nothing to lose now, as we talked about, big opportunity? Is it easier or is it harder?
È difficile perché stai lontano o è più facile per te?
Beh, essere lontano da casa non è mai facile, però è anche vero che avere la pressione del pubblico di casa è un'arma a doppio taglio, quindi è chiaro che 50-50.
It's half and half. It's true that being far from home it's hard, but it's hard too to be here with a big pressure of public, and it's half and half.
Last question, how much will this change your life? You have talked about Cinderella Man, Russell Crowe, so welcome to Australia, our best actor in history, I guess. But for you, how big will this moment be? How much will your life change if you win?
Abbiamo parlato di Cinderella Man prima, è una grandissima opportunità. Che cosa potrebbe cambiare vincere? Che cosa significa vincere?
Beh, sarebbe sicuramente una cosa straordinaria, perché negli ultimi 30-40 anni non si ricorda un pugile italiano che abbia mai vinto un titolo del genere con un fenomeno come Jay. La mia vita cambierebbe in modo incredibile, però noi ce la metteremo tutta.
It's a big opportunity for me. It's in the last 30 years, no one win a big fight like this, and to back at home with belt would be super.
Perfecto, exactamente, de Buster Douglas, huh? That's what we're looking to see here from this man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause. He is your challenger. Grazie mille, fantastic, well done. Claudio Squeo, everybody. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment we've been waiting for tonight. Here is our open workout. It is time to welcome out the man that we've all come out to see. This man comes into this bout 27 fights, 27 wins, 21 big wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from right here on the Gold Coast, your local hero, everybody. The reigning and defending IBF Ring Magazine Cruiserweight Champion of the world, Jai Opetaia!
still got it. They say raps change, they wanna know how I feel about it.
You ain't up on game.
Dr. Dre is the name, I'm ahead of my game. Still
Here he is, everybody. It is open workout time. Let's hear it for Australia's King. Ladies and gentlemen, Jai Opetaia.
There he is, the champ, the IBF and Ring Magazine Cruiserweight Champion of the world. He's beaten the boogeyman in Myris Bradis twice. He's defended against Elisoro, Jordan Thompson, and many other names. He is now ready to face Claudio Squeo in what could be Jai's last outing here in Australia for a very long time. Sunday, June 8th at the Gold Coast Convention Centre, live on DAZN. Witness history, be part of history as you see this great man fight again in what will be one of the most devastating performances of the year, Mike.
Yeah, definitely. You know, you and I sat with him the other night with Terence Crawford, and, you know, he looks comfortable up there in the media now, and he's saying that he wants to go to the international stage. They were bonding over it. I think this is the last time we'll see him in Australia. Good.
Teddy's dialed in.
Definitely, man. And just to add on to his defences, he wiped out Jack Massey and took care of David Naika in good fashion as well. So he's on a, man, this is a steam train that's in top gear, however many gears trains have, and he ain't going to stop anytime soon. But as cool as a cucumber coming into the ring, just, you know, I mean, if he would have, he wouldn't blow out a candle with what he's doing. You know what I mean? He's fit, he's in shape, he's right at the pointy end of his training. And if you look at him now, just poetry in motion.
I've been spending a lot of time with Tapu Opetaia, and Tap said that they've ticked all the boxes. We spoke yesterday to Mark Matthew from Wicked Bods, who's his strength and conditioning trainer. He said he's hitting levels that he's never seen him hit before. And as Jai gets older, he just seems to be getting better. He takes every opportunity with two hands and makes it the best that he can. And as you should, because he's in pound for pound talks as one of the best in our generation.
Well, numbers don't lie, Rob, you know. Malik, I mean, anyone you want to speak to, we're all part of the broadcast, and we all know numbers don't lie, right? If he's doing the right numbers, he's doing something right.
What Jai and Tasman have done for Australian boxing is incredible, bringing these undercards to a massive stage. Stephen is going to take it off us in a second, and let's hear from the champ.
Thank you very much upstairs, Monique. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your champ, Jai Opetaia. Jai, thank you very much. Welcome once again, day 2 of Fight Week. You can see here by the amount of media present that you are the star attraction as always. How's it feeling here, mate? Everybody's out to see you, watch you put on a performance and enjoy a fantastic Fight Week.
Good to be here. Thank you everyone for coming out. Man, I'm just pumped for Sunday, you know. I'm ready to get in the ring and do what I do.
Tell us about what boxes are left to tick. We heard Tapu talk yesterday about the fact that you've been ticking boxes along the way. What boxes are left for you to tick now as the week goes on?
There's plenty of boxes to tick, but without ticking this first one on Sunday, none of it matters. Sunday has my full focus.
We've seen a fantastic Jai this week. I think you're really out there, happy, talking to everybody. Full focus, of course, but has there been any change in terms of your mentality? Because we're seeing what looks to be a really happy fighter, which to me is the most dangerous fighter there is.
Mate, we are prepared for war. 12 rounds of war, just like always. We've taken this guy very serious. He's coming to take the world title away from Australia, and we can't let that happen.
What do you know about Claudio Squeo? He's talking about it being a Cinderella Man moment and a chance for him to shock the world. There will be a massive shock, almost one of the greatest in history. What do you know about him, and what are you expecting from Claudio?
Man, I'm expecting a tough fight. I'm prepared for a tough fight. Like I said, 12 rounds of war. However this fight pans out, I have an answer for. You know, I've been in the trenches, I've been pushing my body. Let's get it done.
Let's talk just quickly, last couple of questions about all your friends and family that are out here. We can see this place is absolutely packed. They're loving seeing you out here. What does it mean to have that support here in your hometown of the Gold Coast?
It's always good to be here. Be here home in Australia, I put on these big cards. We've got an awesome night, you know. Shout out to Tasman Fighters on putting on an awesome undercard as well. But I'm just focused on the fight, you know. I appreciate everyone's support and everyone's love. You know, I fly both flags very proudly, the Samoan and Australian flag. But we've got to take care of business.
Fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your champ here. Any last messages, Jai, just for the fans? Come out, buy your tickets and what you put on a show.
Sunday, it's all happening, man. I hope I see you all there. It's going to be a good night.
Fantastic. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow at the press conference and in the weigh-in. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause. He is your man, the IBF and Ring Magazine Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Jai Opetaia. He'll be making his way around now for media, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes things from down here ringside at Pacific Fair. Please make sure that you grab your tickets, tickettech.com.au. Also get your tickets to the promoters' cocktail party. Steve Pales down here wrapping things up as we throw back upstairs to our magnificent broadcast team to talk about what's ahead over the next couple of days ahead of Fight Night. Back to you guys upstairs, Rob, Ted and Monique.
There we have it, guys. That is the end of the open workout. We've just seen the champion, Jai Opetaia, sponsored by Clothing, an experienced Gold Coast getting behind this event to make it all happen. Some great talent on display, Ted. We're looking forward to Sunday, June 8th.
Yeah, exactly. Look, it's very difficult when it comes to the open workouts for the guys to show too much, you know, and what we saw from a couple of guys that were just simply skipping to guys that were putting a bit more into it, like Claudio Squeo, and to other guys like Jai Opetaia that's just clean and as cucumber and just cool and just came in and did his thing. But it's nice to look into their eyes and just to see where their heads are at and to start Fight Week off with this great event.
All live on the DAZN, guys. It's going to be packed. Now, this is the last time we will see Jai in Australia taking on a massive fight as a main event. Now, that's quite sad, but exciting for him. He's got exciting names ahead of him. He's the talk of the town. And Claudio Squeo, now, he's taken the fight. Not many people want to be in the ring with Jai.
Absolutely they don't, but Jai, it's all about him Sunday night, live at the Gold Coast Convention Centre, live on DAZN. Look, guys, it's been a great night. We should probably wrap it up and have a quick look as to what else is coming up live on DAZN shortly. There we have it. Moore versus Wright tomorrow night. The IBF USBA heavyweight title, and it's on the line stateside as Brandon Moore takes on the undefeated Stanley Wright. Wardley versus Hooney, Saturday. Australian Justice Hooney faces his biggest challenge to date as he steps in to face British heavyweight Fabio Wardley at Ipswich Town's Portman Road Stadium. Opetaia versus Squeo, Sunday. And of course, the next night we have the IBF Ring Magazine Cruiserweight title between champion Jai Opetaia and Claudio Squeo on the Gold Coast at the Convention Centre, live to the world on DAZN. And here is our platform schedule. Make sure you head over to DAZN, the platform where you can see our staked upcoming schedule. And it's very stacked, and where we list our exciting fights that will be streaming live on DAZN.
Once I have my enemies hurt, there's no help for them.
One step closer to my dream, and I'm ready to jump in there and bang with the best.
War by name, war by nature. Fight of the year contender. Here we go. Oh!
Lights out.
What a shot, oh my days! Wardley's done it! Take a bow, that was impressive.
This is going to be a standout fight.
Well, there we have it. Some really big names, some really big fights. Jake Paul, Chavez Jr., Wardley, Hooney, Sunday night, Opetaia, Squeo. The undercard stacked, Tasman fighters, Matchroom, Gold Star, DAZN, Riyadh season. This is huge, Ted.
It is indeed. Now let's talk about Justice Hooney just for 1 second. Eddie Hearn says that Frank has made a mistake, you know, by choosing Justice Hooney for Fabio Wardley. So let's really get behind Justice. Let's really just cheer for him so we can feel the Australian cheers, because when he goes to deal with the English fans, we do it properly over there, man, and he's not going to feel anything but pure coldness.
Australian boxing, guys, it's only getting bigger. I love when we head overseas, show what we're all about, taking on the big stage, the bigger crowds. Rob, what do you think about the future matchups for DAZN and Tasman Fighters only bringing entertainment?
Look, absolutely massive, and they're the global home of boxing, and rightfully so. They're bringing all the big fights. Hitchens versus Kambosos is coming up. You know, we've had massive fights with massive big names. Here we go, Belanga versus Shiraz, Shakur Stevens versus William Zepeda. That fight fight is absolutely enormous. Opetaia has been in some absolute wars. Shakur Stevens in everyone's talks at the moment, even with Gervonta Tank Davis. So he's on the rise. Edgar Berlanga had a massive fight September last year against Canelo Alvarez. So huge things happening on DAZN, the global home of boxing. Usyk versus Dubois 2. Ted, there was a little bit of controversy in the first one, the belt line. But this one, how do you see it? This for all the chocolates in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, this is for all the gold, the undisputed. I mean, Daniel Dubois, after what he was going through only just a couple of years ago, to come to the pinnacle and get a second shot at the undisputed. There will 99% of the world's heavyweights will never get a shot at the undisputed in their lives, but he gets 2 shots. So I'm really looking forward for Daniel Dubois to do his best and to really stand up and get up for the occasion. But you can't go past Alexander Usyk. I mean, he's done it so many times. He's lived his life off the British heavyweights, and he's probably going to do it again. But I wish Daniel Dubois all the very best.
Now we look towards the press conference tomorrow. Right here again in the heart of the Gold Coast at Pacific Fair. There's going to be some fireworks. Stephen Paos is at the helm. He's going to be stirring the boys up a little bit, trying to get a bit of back and forth. Look out for it. Ike from Pluto and Sugar-Free Austin Akuzo. There's going to be some back and forth there. Rocky Ogden, Tyler Blizzard. There's some great chats happening, and we're all looking forward to it because that's where all the juicy takes are for the social media.
Yeah, definitely. Did you see them today? They tried to hold back. They wanted to let it all out, and Stephen kept reminding him, hey guys, just letting you know, this is all happening tomorrow at the press conference, so don't miss all the action.
Exactly. Look, it's really, really nice to see, that the guys are, showing a bit of character, because this is what gets the general population, really, really invested into the sport. And, and even when you watch it on television at DAZN.com, you can see and start to get to know some of the characters. But it's really nice that it's not just skip, dance, walk away, and then fight and fight. Now, some characteristics are coming in. We need that with social media, and we want fire at the press conferences. No tossing the tables, but we want fire at the press conferences.
Derek Chisora is not in the crowd tonight? No. But look, fight week is underway, and like we said, tomorrow's a press conference. The next day we have the weigh-in. Everyone's looking forward to that. The cocktail party after the weigh-in, and then the main event, Sunday, June 8th. Jai Opetaia versus Claudio Squeo, Connor Wallace, Dylan Colin. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Rob Scheif, Monique Bavino, Ted Kofi. We've had an absolute pleasure tonight hosting through the open workout, and we can't wait to see you all live on DAZN.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready. The fight starts now! Let's go.
How do you like it? On the show.
So aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this.